Beta Division because Beta Division is a mixed team roster made up of, completely just made up of players that we threw together. And you're going to see them on your screen now on the side of Beta Division. We'll have Novex, Tenebris. I do not catch. I got to pull up the list of players because I already forgot who it is. Tenebris, Hippolink, Novex, and Ashpolt is what I believe. Or actually, no, there are some other players playing. So we are going to have some substitutes in on the side of Barbecue. We are going to have Aginator, Purple Worm, Calico, Rappa Rice, and Nan, or potentially Echo, not too sure. But Barbecue will be starting here on the defense. And you can see already aggressively pretty forward pushed up for the time being.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of intel, so they might just have to take this fight blind. They'll get the first one onto the Omen. Engineer's going to pull back, but this has been a really good start by them as they managed to get another kill. There's very little follow-up from the side of Beta. They've lost 2 picks, cannot reclaim the refrag. The attack is stalled, and Barbecue's just going to fall back, but it seems Novex has sneaked into enemy lines, trying to peek, trying to get something going on the flank, but again, no follow-up from the team. So Beta Division are now stuck at a 2v5 with 30 seconds left, and this round's already cooked.
Yeah, I mean, they did basically wall themselves off to retrieve the spike, and I think they accidentally walled off a little too far because they had to break some of their own wall to get there. They are going to be making their way here towards C. They will have that heal, and I don't think anyone really from Barbecue is in a position to really do anything here. You can see them all stacked up in the garage. You're going to see the turret will activate as well, so Nice, you're going to have a bit of trouble here, but we'll be able to get this plant down, and Beta Division's going to get the plant. That's probably all they're going to get.
I mean, yeah, they only get the plant. It's a flawless round from Barbecue. There will be some spike money on the board for Beta Division, but racking up the total. I mean, this is a good start. Always want to get off on the right foot. And getting round 1 is flawlessly at that is a great way to do it. So, heading into round 2, something I noticed is that Beta Division were going through sewers, right? They had 3-man stacking sewers. They had the Omen on flank watch. They were playing their game. No push came out. In fact, Barbecue, for the most part, had fallen off of A since getting really aggressive mid, having their players in other positions. Only one player A. Beta Division had the potential for a really solid push, just didn't take it, and could have been a very different round should they have.
Yep, and we are going to see, I mean, it's going to be a big gathering on the side of Beta Division to start this one off. They're going to be pushing their way in towards mid. No one really playing in garage from the side of Barbecue. You can see both their players. They got 2 players here pushing up down long, and Nan's going to find the Omen, which is Hippolink. I didn't actually think streamer mode worked in private matches, but it turns out it does. You're going to see Novex going to catch the Jet Aginator with knife out, but will actually find a kill anyway, and the flash absolutely huge there, and Beta now left with 2 players here.
Alright, well, they are now trapped in garage window. Vivi Corgi and the Sage of Isu. They're both cut down very quickly. And another round for Barbecue. So we're starting to rack them up. We're starting to get a groove. And on this 3-site map, it's not always the easiest to attack. But we're going to have to get something going, right? So that round, we made a bit more of an aggressive push on the side of Beta Division. Barbecue played a little bit further back, let Beta come to them. So what I really like from Barbecue is that they're switching up their tempo. They're not just going to run down mid every round. In fact, this time, there's going to be no B presence, which last time they had a ton of B presence. It's almost like they're calling the shots for the enemy team. Oh man, Aginator.
Aginator just went in. I mean, this is Aginator's previous team, right? I mean, maybe a little bit is, feeling a little bit of personal about something and wants to prove a point. And instead, the entire team just completely wipes Beta Division. As, I mean, it was... Everyone just gathered in that one corner of the map and decided we are going to swing. And swing they did.
It's a disappointing look when you have the same amount of kills as the enemy has round wins. We'll get there. We'll get there. So, I mean,
it happens, all right? You got to come a little bit of slack. I mean, Beta Division, I mean... working, I think they're running with 2 substitute players is what I believe is the case right now. I know ISU is going to be one for sure, and I didn't really check the others on the player list there, but we are going to see, a push in towards sewers here. Nobody's going to be home. All of the Beta Division currently on the other side of the map, and it's all going to be on Purple Worm to deal with this. Because here comes the hit, and Purple Worm's going to be back and running right out of there real quick.
And now you're forced into a 5v5 retake against a Sage at that. So you have that flank watch, you have the ability to cut off angles. You also have the Cypher. So 2 Sentinels to hold it down here for Beta Division. It's going to make this a pretty hard push for BBQ. They do have the Sova for intel. They do have Breach to try and retake, but so far they're just looking for picks. They don't want to push into these crossfires. They need to get something going though, and that's going to be Asianator. He's going to jump on in. Calico from the other angle pushes on in. The kills come out. They rack them up. Novex last alive in Garage with it all to do, and that's not going to be able to do much. Purple Worm to close it out, and a great retake from BBQ.
Yeah, BBQ with 2 extremely low players, but it just wasn't enough, right? The swing comes in, the execute onto the site for that retake. Pretty fantastic, right? That paranoia blinds multiple players, at least 2, and then the swing comes in, so all the players go charging through. And, you know, BBQ only loses 1 player at the end of the day there. So, I mean, if you're BBQ, you're pretty happy with how that went down. And that is going to be, you know, currently 4-0 right now for BBQ over the other side, as we're going to head to this 5th round. And I do believe, I mean, Beta Division had, you know, stingers and stuff in that last round. They will have guns here, so full rifle round incoming, and we'll see where this goes.
And now, at a gun neutral or an economy neutral round, gonna see a lot more. That being said, a Bulldog for Timbers. That being said, trades themselves out. So, not gonna be too worried about that. Like you said, it's going to be a rifle round, and it looks like they're stacking up for an A push. The Omen's still sitting on mid window, holding off a cut, watching for a flank, and this is a slow push from Beta. They don't want to reveal their hand quite yet, but this KJ seems to have the read, seem to know that something's coming. They just don't know what.
If you see Vivid Corgi down here, you know, lining this one up, you can see the rest of the team. The only player from the side of Beta Division on the other side of the map right now is going to be Hippolink as the Omen. Looking to see if they can spot anything on that side, but I mean, there's going to be one and should get caught from behind here because Purple Worm's flanked all the way around, and that is probably going to be the go signal here. The 2 players here from BBQ holding down the site, and you know Beta Division is coming as here we go. They come charging out. 1 goes down, 2 goes down. As Rappa Rice finds 2, Nan's there for the 3rd, and again, the line is being held, and BBQ is just holding it entirely. Beta Division's had, what, 2 plants, I think, total through 5 rounds right now? It's just not worked out too well for them.
I don't even remember a second plant. I only remember 1, but my memory ain't what it used to be. I will say, a small thing that I saw on the map that I really liked was Omen, instead of the team's Omen, Purple Worm, instead of shooting the Cypher tripwire, they used their teleport over it to not make a large audio queue. That was what they needed to get that flank off and get that extra pick in the back line. Well, it was a small play and ultimately didn't do too terribly much. It was still very important. This time around, Novex taking a lot of control. B is not free. There are multiple players holding crossfires, but they need to get an entry going. Vivid Corgi holding 1 angle. Isu pushing in. It's going to be a tandem swing. They get the kill. Cut off one of those angles. They might be able to get a plant here, but BBQ have already started this retake. They're already deep in sight. Purple Worm looking. Catches the Omen on the teleport. This is still a very winnable round, though. Only 2 angles to push from. Purple Worm gets Isu. She's gone. And Vivid Corgi, 1v4, can't do much. Another round locked away for BBQ.
I mean, it started off so well for them too, right? I mean, it was a pretty good start. They get in there. They got that opening pick. The problem, though, is you do have to clear the players in the back of the site. And unfortunately, there was one there holding it down. And that did result in, you know, 3 straight kills going the way of BBQ, right? As we are going to see, you know, round number 6. Beta Division still without a round right now, and it looks like they are going to buy into this round. You will see the rifles coming out on the other side. I mean, look at the money being banked up by BBQ right now. They just, like, Beta Division is going to win 1 round. You're going to be staring down the barrel of, you know, 3 ops, basically.
This goes here. I mean, the BBQ need to start investing in stocks. I mean, this money is just doing nothing in their pockets at this point. So, once again, locked in for an A push. This has been one they haven't had the most success on, but still, it hasn't been their worst push. I'd say their C pushes were quite a bit more lacking, and they've actually done a decent job. Their Omen's already pushing the sewers as I say that. Taken out by Rice. Calico sees the remaining players playing in the lobby, and they're going to choose to rotate, maybe see if they can catch around to C before BBQ get the read, but it's a much shorter rotate for BBQ than it is for Beta. Calico pushes up aggressively, sensing this rotate, catches one on the retreat, and that's also the spike. So Vivid Corgi is going to rotate back to try and take it, gets met by an op by Asianator. Novex with 8 HP. Doesn't know what to do. 45 seconds left, and they're just going to try to farm a kill or two. Hopefully try to save, because at this point, keeping a Vandal in the next round, gotta have some victory.
I mean, for sure, right now, the money's not looking too good for Beta either. I mean, yeah, Novax, 8 HP, not much you're going to be able to do with that. And there goes Calico. Flawless round coming out of BBQ as they find 7 here. This Beta division just hasn't been able to get anything going, and I don't think they're going to have money for guns here either. So this will potentially be an eco round. I've seen Novax buying, you know, a couple various things here, but the money not looking too hot. I mean, they may just start going down the route of just forcing everything until you win a round, right? You just want something on the board at this point. And they are going to go, looks like just SMGs and whatever Hippolink decides to come out with. It looks like it's going to be a Marshall. They're all stacked up towards mid. Maybe a garage hit might be coming through. They're going to be looking towards mid. But you will see a double play out of mid from the side of BBQ right down the middle as well. There's 3 players here.
It's easier said than done, but that Marshall, 950 for just click head. That's a steal now. Novex is pushed deep into garage, and this hasn't been read, but Asianator, I can only imagine with the hip fire, and another, racking them up once more. Rice will get the refrag on the Tenbris. Asianator's dropped, and that leaves just the Omen of Hippo. Marshall, I said just click head, 5 bullets, and the mag, and 4 players to find. It basically gives them an opportunity to miss once. Does have control of B, doesn't have control of Spike. Doesn't have a lot going for them as there are 3 players grouped up, ready to refrag inside of the garage. Now, they are playing this way because they know that Omen has a Marshall. They're going to miss the first shot and the... got them on the third. But with their position spotted, it's going to be a lot to do and not a lot of ways to do it. Nan closes it out. 8 rounds for BBQ.
Yeah, but I mean, just once again, just still... I mean, this is probably going to throw a wrench in the works come playoffs because clearly BBQ is not 1-5 the way that this team has inherited the record of. We are going to see, I know it's just an incredibly strong performance here. And I think the loss of Asianator to the other side also really hurts Beta Division, honestly, because he's definitely pretty sure was their best player throughout this season. And now they've lost him too. But the side of BBQ hurts a little bit, especially when you're staring down his operator now that used to be, you know, yours. And now it's you're just staring down the barrel of that big gun. And it looks like actually this is a big gamble here. BBQ went for a full C stack, and surprise, nobody's gonna be home here on A.
Yeah, BBQ have been committing to a lot of aggressive pushes. First round it was that B push. This round it was the C push. They've done this before as well. And when it doesn't pay off, we know that they can do very well on the retake. They successfully retook C, but this is the most success they've found on A, and I'd imagine that A is going to be even more difficult than push to C, especially with Omen finding their way into heaven with their teleport. Asianator with the ult, though, gonna try to get another, but misses the 5 knives, and Rice now pushing in all of these angles, but the KJ ult is gonna do massive here. It's gonna catch both players, but they don't have a way to deal with the Omen up in heaven right now. So
you know,
it's
the
gonna be all up
gotta
to
come
Hippo.
off, and yeah, they know they're gonna get off though actually, and the shots are coming through, but Hippolink not able to catch either player, and that's gonna be the defuse. That's the closest round we've seen out of Beta Division, and I mean they cut it pretty close in the end. I mean if either of those players weren't detained, maybe that round changes, but instead that's a 9th round there on the board for BBQ.
I will say that was perfectly played from Hippo. As best they could. They just tucked, they waited the KJ ult out, they knew they couldn't leave. They put themselves in a really good position to wait that out. And unfortunately, there's not really a lot to do in that situation. You either run too far away and you can't control the spike, or you you know, you kind of just have to eat the KJ ult and hope for the best. So, all that being said, we're now sitting at 9-0. Beta Division looking to get a couple of attack rounds. Now, attack is not the easiest thing in the world, right? You expect to lose more attacks than you win. It is looking rough, but there is still hope. There's still a defense half. There's another side of the coin. Calico pushing deep into lobby, and it actually looks like Beta Division have flipped the script. They're going to play extremely passive. That's not going to stop BBQ, though. They're going to get so many kills, and it's going to be a flawless round before you can even blink.
I mean, it just happens so incredibly fast, right? They just go through, they just explode out, and BBQ just wipes the floor with them, basically. As you are going to see them go up to 10 rounds here. As you will see, the set, I mean, yeah, just 10-0 right now. 2 rounds for a flawless half upcoming.
I wouldn't put bets, because Beta Division have been in closer and closer. I know I say that off the back of a flawless round, but BBQ are going to have a miscall one of these rounds that they just can't retake. They were extremely close in round 9. Round 10, obviously they played it right, but there's going to be another miscall, or seemingly so at least, as there are 3 members of BBQ stacked up in garage while a C-long push is happening. Rapper Rice is going to have to do a lot. Peeks for the intel, sees all these players, but can they do anything about it? We're going to get in there. We're going to get Rapper Rice and Asianator a kill. And Beta Division are stalled. In the back of C-long sits the Omen. And these two are pushed up in the cubby. Calico on the flank, making sure that they cannot push back. They are trapped. Bottleneck. There's not a lot they can do without gunning their way through.
Yep, and unfortunately, it's just going to be right there. I mean, even the teleport came in from, I believe it was Novex, all the way into the back C and just gets caught out there at the back. Last round, it's 11-0 right now, and that's multiple flawless. I mean, there's been, what, 4 of these 11 rounds at minimum have been flawless rounds for BBQ, as they've just been absolutely steamrolling this half. I mean, you look at Rapper Rice, 15-2. You got Calico at 13, Asianator at 13. I mean, they're just rolling right through right now, and unfortunately, Beta Division has not been able to get anything going.
I mean, I don't need to tell you how dire it is. You could, if you look at the scoreboard, I can word it 30 different ways of this is bad. But there are going to be losses. This is a best of 2. So you're going to take this loss most likely. Now, you want to get some momentum going for you before the next map pick, which I hope is your map pick for your sake. Hippo in mid seems to know about Nan. The flash will blind them, makes them push off the angle. Another blind just narrowly misses their nose. A teleport for audio cue. Just waiting to see what BBQ do, because while this Omen, while Hippo is sitting on the outside of garage baiting some sort of push, Beta Division are actually playing in their spawn right now. They're playing this very passively, waiting for an opening, just prodding the angles, hoping BBQ give them something. Because as far as they're concerned, BBQ have been very aggressive in pushing into them. This time around, no, BBQ are playing very disciplined.
Yeah, you're going to see, I mean, just playing back, they're not going for any of those crazy gambles that they did before. It's just a straight default. Like, you look at it, it's just a line across the map, right? All the players except for Calico are just in a straight line across these bomb sites, 2 in the garage as well. Tenebra's finally going to play aggressive here, and you're going to see that quick rotation. Garage into B here. 3 players now here as they're swarming in. Asian is going to get smoked off as well as Kappa. Calico at long range. Going to find 1. The 2 get returned, and Isu is going to get that res off as well. So player up, that's going to be Novex. And there you go. It's all down to Calico in a 1v4. And remember when I was talking about the perfect round, or the perfect half? Maybe I might have jinxed it here. But here we go. And Calico's going to be in, going to get detained. All the ults coming through. I feel like this is the first time we've seen several of the ultimates. Novex is first. And I think that's the first one out of Tenebris as well. But there you go. Beta Division's on the board. It happened.
It's a win in my book, and it's a win in Beta Division's book for sure. They are, again, looking more confident round to round. Now, I imagine that this is, some calm clutter, feeling things out, especially with 2 substitutes. You have to integrate them into the system, right? I do not know who exactly the substitutes are, but either way, you just gotta get them into the groove of things, get them into the flow. Whether they're not used to playing in a competitive sense or whatever have you, they're figuring out this team, they're learning to play together, and they're looking more and more confident. Now, how's that going to look on their defenses? Because attack requires a lot of communication. It requires a lot of planning and thought and strategy, more so than defense in a lot of situations. This time around, they're going to be defending. The Corgi going to be holding it down, but Asianator with the great entry off the stun gets the kill for the only player playing C, and Beta Division are forced into a man disadvantage retake.
Yeah, I mean, right off the rip, there goes another as well, as Tenebris is finally going to answer back. Rapper Rice is still going to be here in Garage, and Tenebris coming around on the flank, but the rest of the team going to be falling. It's going to be, you know, a 1v4 here. Out goes Wingman. Wingman doesn't get very far before Asianator shuts that one down. Match point here for BBQ. Off of a very nice pistol round, just walking right in and just methodically clearing absolutely everything. And I mean, now, yeah, if you're Beta Division, you got to spend all your money because this is the map right here.
He's just looking for something. Vivicorgi is looking for Bucky. I mean, we gotta throw whatever we can at the wall and see if it sticks, right? And I don't hate it. I don't hate it, especially with Cypher. You know, you're gonna be playing back anyway. He's just gonna be holding those close angles with a shotgun, hoping to do your best. But this time around, it's a full A stack with one player playing C. They're going to have to 5v5 retake B as no one's moving anytime soon, and this spike is likely to go down uncontested.
If you're going to see that, I mean, the push forward, yeah, there's just a giant stack over on A. A gamble there from Beta Division, trying to maybe go for something, and I think right about now they probably realized, BBQ's probably not coming over here. As they realized, okay, we haven't heard anything. The smokes are going out. Here comes the execute into the site here. Then, you know, all the utility gets cranked into B. It's going to be a 5-on-5 retake coming up because all those players got to walk their way over here from the side of A. And you got one player coming from C, so here we go. Off we go, and that's going to be the first start, and Nan's going to find the first kill. Tenebris will fall.
Asianator in a difficult angle to challenge, not at head height, elevated, hard to find. They're gonna find 3 from their position. Purple Worm, 2 for themselves to close it out. Into it. We're back to being back, and we are now officially on bind. We officially got this 5v5 up and running. We did have a 1 sub out in between games, and if I'm looking at it, I believe it was Ashfold for Isu. So we swapped actually our Sentinel flank watch player for an entry. Ashfold locking in that ISO. So we went from an ISO to an an ISO to an ISO. Let's see how it works out.
If you're going to say, I mean, they're going right down the gut, and this is going to be like a 4v5 right off the rip. BBQ completely stacked up here. Here they all go around the corner, and you're going to see 2 go down immediately. Novex finds one Asianator with the trade, and, you know, that's basically the story of this game. Beta Division down to 1 player. There was a Sage over that was chilling over on B as BBQ just rolled through the entire team.
But Calico's just firing. That's nasty, especially that 1 tap. Oh, man. So, yeah, as you said, BBQ. This is the story of this match so far is BBQ walk in, hit their headshots. Not a lot Beta Division could do about it. They're not even playing wrong on a macro level, it seems. It really just seems like BBQ are firing on all cylinders, and Beta Division are getting outgunned.
Yeah, I mean, it's just straight up, I think, you know, they're going for the fights, and I mean, even with that ISO shield, right, it only kept Ashbolt alive just a little bit longer. It didn't really do a whole lot for them, as, you know, they basically flashed through. I mean, it's not really that bad of a take. The problem is that BBQ was just waiting for it, right? They had 5 players stacked up, and who knows, maybe Asianator's taking the team strats over to the other side, but, dear Lord. Oh my God. And they're gone. The Corgi, last player alive once again. Poor Sage, left all on their lonesome.
Friends? Hello? Doesn't have the res up yet, can't do any necromancy. Beta Division rotate into a rotate. A 5-man teleporter hit. And Corgi is most likely just really confused at this point. Like, what am I even supposed to do? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, definitely heard that. For sure, yeah, definitely would have heard the teleports. And Vivacor is just, on the other side of the map at this point, just going, okay, anybody home? Anybody home? Nope. All right, back to the other side of the map. As could take the teleporter, opts not to, and just gonna go, on a journey through spawn. We're gonna go on some sightseeing. We'll see parts of the map. I mean, to be fair, there's some pretty good, showing use of the teleporter and ways you should be using it by BBQ, right? They're showing you the features of the map.
Taking us on a tour since there's not a lot else to do. Calico with another one. Maybe Corgi is the victim of Street Fighter. Now that was a flawless round, as slow as it was. You could have fooled me, but it was indeed a flawless round. BBQ not losing a single member that time around. A very strong fight from them, opening up as the Beta Division players pushing from B, push straight down that B short, and just get absolutely fed into a meat grinder, really, right? So this time around, hopefully we don't see that aggressive push, because Beta Division, on that aggressive push twice now, have been, just undone. Need to really play back, see what they can do from a more passive stance.
Yeah, we will see. I mean, you are going to see, the push coming out now here. I do believe this is the Clove is Hippo Link, I'm pretty sure. So playing on that smoke. So once again, as you can see, Rapper can be forced to push back a little bit here. This is the bonus round from BBQ. They had all 5 players alive, and they had a couple players with ghosts as well, I'm pretty sure. So that should mean they have a couple rifles going into this round. They're able to buy back in. And there you go. Asianator is going to start things off. Duelist on Duelist finds Ashpult. And down goes one. And that is going to draw rotation here, actually. You will see the Sage of Vivicorgi on the way towards A, but BBQ leaning their way here towards B. And with that player going through teleporter, B is completely open now.
Oh man, just a look at this. Beta Division have successfully called for the push, and BBQ successfully called for the rotate, but not in time! The spike dropped on the precipice of the doorway, and now BBQ without spike have 30 seconds to retake or find all of these kills.
30 seconds left.
Now, this is a great position to be in for Beta Division, especially with that Sage wall going up. Instantly, one of those panels gets shot out, but this limits the angles. BBQ in 3v4. This is the strongest position they found themselves in yet. Purple Worm to push in. They have recovered spike, and instantly they're going to rotate. It does look like they're going to make it just in the nick of time. And so, Beta Division on the coattails. Rapper Rice dealing a lot of damage. All 3 members of Beta Division in the teleporter. Rapper Rice will trade out. So now, in a 2v3, Beta Division are walled off by the Molotov. They're going to take this slow and see what they can do on the retake as a 2-man.
I mean, they're going to be on this retake. I mean, they were in such a great position, and now all of a sudden it's just kind of collapsed. Shots are coming out, so they will know there's at least one player here coming from long as the pre-fire is coming in, but the time is taken down. There's going to be one player. They're going to find Tenebris. They're going to find a second man. Is going to be here in the 1v1 with the Spectre, and Tenebris comes out on top, and the wingman as well. Good little wingman there is going to get the defuse, and that's going to be a round win. And Beta Division just equaled the number of rounds in the entire last map in the first 3 rounds. So there you go. I mean, to be fair, it was against the bonus. But hey, that's a pretty good start. I'll take that for sure.
A win's a win. It doesn't matter.
A round win is a win, right? You're equal to the same number you just won the last map. There is the confidence, right? Unfortunately, yeah, BBQ is going to show up with 5 rifles and knock at your front door once again. And Beta Division isn't going to have a full buy, honestly, because you only had 1 player survive that round. Everyone else kind of strapped for cash here. And we're going to see where they take it right out of the gate. And it's going to be Asianator going down long, opening frag. There goes one of the rifles.
Just lighting it up. And Tenebris even acknowledging the nice shot that was just played there. Now, this is Vivicorgi running the Bucky. Just vibing. I believe they were the Cypher last game that picked up the Bucky, right? So this is nothing new. Vivicorgi obviously a fan of the shotgun, but it is a very committal effort. If you do not kill with that first Bucky pump, you're most likely not getting a second, especially against BBQ right now. Now, BBQ are stacked up for the 4-man B push, but they still have this option to rotate through the teleporter. In fact, they have a Viper on the other side of the map, poking and prodding, seeing what's going on at A, forcing Beta Division to not split their, or to have to split their attention rather. And so they can force this 4v2 on side of B, or they could rotate for the A. Looks like they're actually going to send some forces over to A. And they're going to actually be doing that. They're going to be calling for the rotate as Beta Division finally commits their members to B site.
30 seconds left.
Yes, and AJ is going to be all the way into the back, all the way into the back of the spawn, basically. There's 3 players here on towards B, and they're all over A. The rotation came through, and you can see the quick rotation. The teleport is coming through. Nobody going to be coming through CT spawn here. They're all going to be coming from the attacking side. The teams that basically just switch sides here, right? It's the attackers that are playing from the defensive half of the map, and they have to hold the site. So, you know, a little bit of irony in the way things go here. As you're going to see Hippolink going to be on the edge of the smoke. There's a little bit of a gap. Rice, though, Fade is going to have the utility set up, and Nana's going to just burn Clove down. The Hippolink will fall. There's going to be point-blank range. Novek's not able to land the sidearm there, and Vivicordi with a shotgun, and is going to run out. Gets one for the trouble, and not much else after that. So BBQ answers back pretty strongly there. That opening frag from Aginator, definitely a nice shot for sure. I know it was acknowledged, but that was a very nice shot.
I mean, that was rough. And I think another thing to point out too is that Hippo sat on their smokes. I don't know if they dropped their first smoke. Both their smokes had came back up, and they kind of just held them. I would have expected a little bit more aggressive smoke usage to cut off some of these lines of sight, to give them an end, especially when at that point BBQ with rifles outrange you. You really need to cut those lines of sight down and get close range engagements when you have a member using the bucket. This time, Beta Division having Judge on their side. They're going to be running the other shotgun.
Yeah, we're just going to cycle through the different ones, right? You got one.
We did see a shorty too. Oh, and we also see a Marshall kill. Asianator. They got a great shot last round. They get laid out by one this time. Calico to respond.
Calico got hit too, so Calico just somehow finds 2 out of it, down to 49 HP. We'll get this plant down, but it's in a 3v3, and Novax is going to have to get backed up here. Will get caught by one of those Seekers there, and it's going to be retreating all the way to the back. As you're going to see, okay, I'm not sure. Novak's just going to roll through everybody apparently. Here we go. Last one alive is going to be Rice in the 1v3. Makes it a 1v2. Gonna get, I don't think
that's such a great combo.
That's insane.
Oh, it's a utility game, ladies and gentlemen. And Tenebris and the Sage play it perfectly. That was remarkable. That was a great call, especially on the fly like that. And what you love to see. Beta Division claim that round. Great retake by them, to be fair. Especially by Novex with that shotgun. Managing to get that first kill with the pistol on to Calico, who I assume had some sort of CC effect put on them. And then obviously the running judge, the running gun on the shotgun. What they're
I still can't get over
We're doubling
that
down on the
combo.
judges. Yeah,
I still can't get over that combo, right? Because, you know, tried to shoot the wingman, got blinded in the process, so missed the wingman, and then the wall went up, which prevents him from getting to the wingman, and it wins the round. So, hey, Beta Division just doubled their round wins from the last map, right? They're on a roll right now.
That is a wonderful place for that haunt. Absolutely spectacular. BBQ have full control of A. They do have a pick. The rest of the Beta Division are off on a little bit of a stroll. Coming through market right now, coming through showers, and the ISO is actually just chilling in hookah. So Hippo now making their way through showers. This spike plant, they're consolidating a lot of their members in just these 2 locations, so they will be able to get refrags, but they might not be able to hold that much map space. As I say that, they just completely evict Beta Division from the map. Ashful also gone in the 5v1. Make it a flawless 5v0 as Rice cleans it up with the Phantom. And BBQ are saying Beta Division are getting hot for their standards, but we're still smoking.
Yep, no, absolutely. I mean, that is a big answer back as well. The immediate flawless round just comes in right through, and that was a couple ultimates popped as well. The Clove ultimate for sure was used up. Unfortunately, you know, you come out of the Clove ultimate into the 5v1. Not really the best scenario you want to be in when you're just trying to look for that 1 kill, and it doesn't end up paying off, unfortunately, there. As you do see the players still continuing on, but here we go. It's going to be 4-2. Still, you know, relatively close game considering what we've been seeing so far. So definitely more than happy to see that. And the push comes up. There they go all the way up, and it's 2 down. There's a third player there. Not able to make things work as the execution's coming in. Aginator's just chasing down Ashbolt. Down goes Ashbolt. And that's going to be now the 2v4 with Bomb going down.
Now, I have questions about challenging the long angle with 2 SMGs when you know your opponent is going to be packing heat, but it's time to break that down for now. Let's break down what Beta Division can do here, because they're rocking a shorty and a heavy pistol. Start with that. Not the best gun choices, but you gotta make do. They will be able to pick up a Bucky, so we got that going for us. They do have the smokes to cut off Hookah, but this utility usage to keep them both trapped in the corner. And of course, they don't know about both players. They only know off that audio cue possibly about picking up the Bucky. They don't know about this player playing behind the hut, though. And an instant tandem swing will get the attackers another round. BBQ are locking it down.
Yeah, they're doing a fantastic job there as they're picking it all up. And, you know, the money is all the way there in the bank for them. You can see, you know, Asian 8 is at 9,000 basically maxed out. A couple players barely there from maxing out. On the other side, Beta Division probably not going to get a full buy-in here, right? You got a couple players that are going to be a little bit lacking in firepower. Actually, I say that, I think only Novex, and Novex is probably just going to go with the ultimate as well. This will be full guns across the board here, and Beta Division really has to make this round count. If you're going to commit the ultimates, as you can see, that Novex has committed that chamber ultimate. You're going to have the Sage, you're going to have the ISO available as well. All of these ultimates need to be impact ultimates here for the side of Beta Division. You can see they're both grouping up. There's going to be the ultimate coming in for the side of ISO, who does not win the fight. Rappa Rice is going to win the 1v1 in the gulag there. And it's going to be flashed off the angle. Novex forced backwards here. Peeking out again, will get smoked off. And unfortunately, despite all the ultimates committed and everything, this does look like it's going to be a round for the side of BBQ. Nothing doing out of those ultimates, and I mean the Gulag 1v1 doesn't go their way either. Unfortunately.
At the very least, the chamber does get a little bit more money, seeing as how they could forego a standard primary for their ult, and they decide to buy an operator. All right, so Novex said, I didn't get any kills last time, but I know that I am lethal on this sniper rifle. I'm gonna stick this high impact, you know, gun. I'm gonna stick the operator. See what I can do with it. Of course, not where the push is. Instead, push is gonna come through A. It's gonna come through showers. 4 stacked, 1 person coming through short. Beta Division are stacked up appropriately. They do still have 2 members on B, a chamber waiting for that flank, but can't imagine with the operator that it'll be a very successful flank if they can't just instantly nail someone off of it.
Yeah, Banana's immediately going to open up onto Tenebris as well, so that unfortunately is going to be your wingman, as the little buddy running around is gone, and Chamber actually might have a chance to use that operator now, because you can see the side of BBQ is on this rotation. It's a 5v4. They're on their way over here towards the B side of the map. It's just going to be Novex and a sniper versus the entire enemy team. As the smokes come in, and depending on where Novex's position here, I think is currently back sight, might have a chance to get some shots off here, but you know, the molly coming through, this is not looking too good for the chamber.
We're gonna commit their teleport to get the heck out of dodge. I cannot blame them. Rotating around the or the
30 seconds left. Spike planted.
Doesn't see them, but another one being sent out instantly spots them. The blind, they're not gonna have a chance in hell of getting this kill. Never mind, the blind wears off just in time, but unfortunately a bullet went astray, and now 2v5. Baby Corky getting some shots through the smoke, taking a little bit of damage themselves. As soon as the smoke goes down, it's going to be a difficult gunfight. Ashbolt coming up long. They've obviously heard this audio cue, and they're ready to shut down the ISO. Baby Corgi to deny the flawless. Purple Worm to secure the round. BBQ up 7-2.
Yep, it's going to be a big attacking round from the side of BBQ as well, which doesn't really bode well for Beta Division either, because, you know, I know if as the attacker, you do get to dictate a lot of the map, but I mean, attacking is usually the harder thing to do, especially with a mixed roster, and I know Beta Division only playing with 1 sub now, as they have one of their regulars back, but it's still gonna be a little bit more difficult here, as we're going to see the group up again. BBQ stacked up here towards Hookah, and you're going to have Novex on that chamber going for this opening chow. Here comes 3 players, and Asianator, of course, is just going to pick his head off, and down he goes. So BBQ again with the opening pick. I'm curious what the opening pick rate must be at this point for the set of BBQ. Asianator probably has, you know, 3/4 of them.
Oh man, I'd imagine. Vivi, all alone on B. This is exactly where the presence is coming from. Clove on the flank,
One
but
enemy
Hippo
remaining.
not able to get anything going. Corgi will be dispatched. Just like that. Tenebris alone. So we're just gonna go shopping for a little bit. Tenebris is gonna be clearing out the market, be spending all those credits that they do not have. So looking for deals, looking for discounts, looking for something
Spike
free
planted.
even. Free samples, free kill. Give them something. Come on, BBQ.
And we're looking for something here, but yeah, unfortunately, Tenebris, you know, is gonna be walking around the back here looking for, you know, something, anything. As you said, still has the food utility as well as the light shield. Probably want to carry that into the next round at this point, as you are gonna have to work with those guns here. You're gonna see them backing up. And yeah, there's gonna be the wingman, and oh, hello, surprise, there's a player there, and man is just gonna pick off the head as Tenebris falls. Down goes everything, and that is gonna be another round in the books for the side of BBQ.
It's unfortunate. Tenebris gun up. Probably would have won that gunfight, to be honest with you. Instead, over peaks with the util in hand. I mean, it's some of those small things, right? Is being gunned down in the face of your enemy. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you can't control it. But that time, Tenebris had the ability to dictate the engagement. Instead, keep the corner gun down. I understand wanting to use the wingman to clear the angles, but I can't imagine they needed to commit the wingman that way. That being said, it's a push. Yoru is flying through showers using their ultimate. And they are trying to find this Clove. Hippo will manage to get the judge kill, but they're getting clamped down on the vice grip. Snap shut, but not in time. Clove with another one. Cheats death through the teleporter. And Hippo, highway robbery. BBQ now in a 5v3. Big said, Hippo used their ult and then went away from the gunfight, so going to instantly lose their life. Ultimate committed. This 2v3 is very winnable for Beta Division. They have shotgun in hand on Vivi. Gonna be peeking this corner, just need one good blast, but no, they looked the wrong way. Purple Worm with the swing, and Tenebris lurking in A short, has to get them all. Can't get too many of them, just gets the single on Purple Worm. They're gonna stick that plant, but the credits are already flowing in BBQ. They're gonna have a full buy on their final round of attack.
I mean, it was, you know, they had it close. He had the advantage, and then BBQ just ripped them to shreds. It just, you know, they gave them a little bit of false hope. It felt like, right? You gave them a little bit. You're like, here's something to maybe give you a chance, and then they just kind of steal it away. You're just like, ah, no, you're not gonna get that anymore. I'm gonna steal that away. There goes your candy. You don't get any of that at all. And Ashford is gonna go for this showers push. There's unfortunately gonna be nobody home here, as this entire set of BBQ is already pushing their way through Hookah. You can see the Fade utility on its way. Novex, the only player on that side of the map right now, is going to be pushed up. And I think, well, yeah, Calico, I think, she might have been a little bit AFK there. And I think, well, Tenebris will get traded out in the process. Asianator is going to be there. And this is going to draw a full rotation. And I'd love to see BBQ just take this and go through the teleporter, like commit this Fade ultimate and just go for the TP. But I think they're just going to full execute. Here we go, onto the site. Goes the side of BBQ. There's 2 players in the back of the site. Down goes one. Asianator finds one. Finds the second. 3 in the round for Asianator here. And it's going to be a 2v4 retake. You know, the most fun thing in this game.
My ult's ready.
I wouldn't be having a lot of fun. Asianator could have an ace with a plant.
I'll handle this.
That'd be a nice way to end it off. End off your attacks at least.
Teleport's
Gonna
ready.
use Dimensional Drift. Gonna push on up. I'm gonna go ahead and see what's going on. And out of the Yoru ult, and with the kill too. Asphalt with all the do, but Asianator's swing and Rice will be the one to claim the final kill though. And once again, a very commanding half for BBQ Esports. They're up 10-2, and Beta Division now go to the least favored side.
Thin out their numbers.
And they're gonna have a lot to do if they want to even bring this close.
Yeah, I mean it is. I mean it's a rough half for sure for Beta Division. You're gonna be on the attack side here, going in towards this match. Barbecue's still gonna be, sitting on, 3 rounds away right now. Unfortunately, that could be, just a single, just like a single round on the pistol, and then the 2 rounds that come after that could go very quickly here. So Beta Division has to win this pistol at basically all costs. You must win this. They're looking towards A here, and there is 3 players here over on B from Barbecue. So looking to see this A split, and I'd really like to see them go fast. Don't give the side of Barbecue a chance to get these rotates off, because they're going to push, and they're going to look for this info. And there's that opening pick.
Cinemas busting out the... not the Marshal, sorry. That is the... I always get the Western ones
Sheriff?
confused. That is the Sheriff, thank you. I always get the Western ones confused. There's the Judge, the Marshal. Get them all swapped up. Gonna get the kill with it though. Very nice headshot. Purple Worm will respond. Sorry, not a headshot, but rather a body shot. And great kills traded back and forth. Leaves us in a 3v3, even a man count. Man holding down the point, but doesn't know about the player lurking in Covey, and doesn't know about the player coming from showers. They are clamped down on. And all of a sudden, we are left in this 2v2. But the rotate has come through. Barbecue have control of, or sorry, Beta Division have control of A site. They do have the ability to plant here. Rotating them through defender spawn. I'm just gonna play this slow. Low HP for
Spike
both
planted.
remaining members of Barbecue. Asianator does have this ever so lethal revolver. One shot to the head, and it's over. Ashful does not know about the 2 players pushing lamps. They're gonna try to land the headshot with the flick! And it's gonna leave it in the 1v1. They do have the intel though. Purple Worm knows that Novex has to be playing in this corner in Cubby, but they swing with a shorty, and they managed to close it out. Beta Division get their first attack on the board.
Yep, and there's that pistol. They had to win that pistol, right? They made it happen. The Sheriffs ring true there, as Beta Division is finally going to put a round up on the board. That's their first pistol win of the series, and now they're going to have to take this and just run with it, right? You got to take every advantage you can get right here to try and stave it off. That's going to be 3 Bulldogs, actually. 3 rifles coming into this round. On the other side, there's only going to be... Well, there was a Sheriff temporarily from Nan. It looks like going to be switched over to a Shorty, so no real investment here. Coming out of Barbecue, you're going to be... They're going for the range, and you can see the stacks, right? The 3 players from Barbecue going, checking long, looking for anything. Every single player, though, is currently on their way through Hookah.
Slow walk. Smokes come down, and both the players on the site will get the call. It's go time. So will the members of the Beta Division. Teleport comes through, but the site execute was successful. Beta Division not gonna have the time to plant though. They're gonna rotate. They've heard the teleport. They know what time it is. I'm gonna leave a player back to watch for the teleport. It's gonna be the ISO. Plant goes down. Barbecue seem to read this. They have an idea that it is not a great idea to go through that teleporter. Nan picks up this Bulldog. So, despite coming into this round with only pistols, they have now successfully secured themselves some advantage.
Right there.
They're gonna push up through A, but every single member of the Beta Division is playing so far back. It's gonna be such a difficult retake with such limited time, and I can't imagine this is going to be as easy as it looks.
Yeah, they're definitely not here. As I mean, the push comes through. There's Asphalt there with the first one and the second one as well. Asphalt finds both. And there's back-to-back rounds coming out of Beta Division. The most amount of rounds they've won consecutively at 2 so far. 4-10 is your score, but now things get scary because Barbecue can now afford rifles, and you're staring down the barrels of Phantoms and Vandals. And right now, I mean, if you're the side of Beta Division, you're trying to find any of the upgrades you can get right now, and it's going to be in the hands of 1 Phantom, 2 Bulldogs, and 2 Spectres. So definitely looking forward for them to just kind of increase the speed. The SMGs are not going to win the range battles, as you mentioned before, right? They've been taking some, I guess you could say, ill-advised challenges with some SMGs here, so we'd really like to see them make them count here.
Yeah, play your guns to their strengths, right? You don't want to be taking close-range gunfights with long-range weapons. You don't want to be doing vice versa. Purple Worm playing in the back with a Phantom. Getting ready for this push. This wall's about to come on down. They have a good little feeling there in hookah. They're not in A short. Doesn't seem to be that they're in showers. There's only one place that BBQ Esports seems to think they are. But Beta Division can rotate. In fact, 3 of their members are actually slowly walking around. Only 1 member remaining inside of hookah. It's gonna be Hippo. Originator has found their way into market. They get the first. There's no swing. By Novex swings late, gets the kill, immediately refrag. It all falls apart, and this is Hippo with it all to do. But they haven't been spotted out or heard. Or may have heard something, and they indeed did hear the drop from Hippo. Such a loud animal. They're so heavy. Of course, you're gonna hear that drop on down, and they're gonna immediately put in under the ground.
Yep, I mean, yeah, unfortunately, yep, as you said, Hippo was a little loud there, falling out of the window, and unfortunately was heard. Purple Worm turns around, and the Worm will devour the Hippo in this case. Headed to the next round, unfortunately not the best buy again. You're going to see Novex lacking a little bit. You're going to see another Spectre as well, so Beta Division only 2 rounds away here, and the problem is that losing this round destroys your economy as well. You're not going to have any money for that potential final round if you lose this, so this is kind of where it all relies on. It's all on this round right here. They're going to walk right up A main. Nobody is home right now.
Ooh. The
You
ISO
can see, I think, yeah. I think that's the second one that's missed. They missed one at the end of the first half, and I think that one just missed again. So nobody home to receive that on the other end. The problem here though is Tenebris is on their own in the showers here, alone with this spike. One shot comes through and is gonna get just plowed in right there by Rapavice. Phantoms retrieve, Spike retrieve though, and it's a 4-on-3 here.
Oh man, but the retake from A short. They've managed to get their way up in here. The wall comes down, but it's immediately ripped down. The curtain has fallen and is exposed a planting sage, and now you're in a 2v2. You have great sight control, but the gunfights just aren't there. Hippo decaying themselves are gonna have to wait for their HP to restore. They're gonna drop some smokes, try to cut some of these angles down. You do have a Vandal. You are fully equipped to take these fights.
30 seconds left.
And it does seem that Aginator is low, so one good bullet will put them away. There's still the matter of the Viper. There's still the matter of one of the most menacing players on this team, and they just don't check their corners. Purple Worm devours once more.
Match point.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Yeah, that is gonna be the 12th round here, and now we're gonna see, the shotguns, the SMGs, the, quasi buy coming in from Beta Division, as they are gonna spend every dollar that they have right now going into this one. On the other side, BBQ sitting on all their rifles. They're more than happy, and actually, Aginator might not have a rifle here; he just has a pistol right now, and no one really has money to buy for this. So Spectre's gonna come out, and for once, BBQ not looking like they have, the strongest economy here, but it's gonna be 5 players making their way towards B, and you can see they gotta go. BBQ is already on their flank. BBQ's on the move here, and Beta Division, I think, only has 1 trip coming from the side of the Cypher, so they gotta go, and they gotta go quick. They've been spotted. They are coming in from behind, and this is not gonna bode well for the side of Beta Division. Actually, as I say that, they're cleaning up, it looks like. I think,
Man, they have
Calico.
intel on these last 2 members. This is great.
The spike is there in hookah. It's stuck. And
do
Beta
they
Division
know
has to
that?
go into this.
But do they know that the smokes come down? I can only imagine that they do. Beta Division need to retake hookah in order to get that spike. They don't exactly have the utility to do it. They do have this metal. It's going to be tossed in, but it's going to fall on deaf ears. No Trickster to hear play. No, Hippo made their way onto this off angle, boosted on this box.
30 seconds left.
But it's not a matter of holding positions. It's a matter of getting this spike and retaking. But do they know that the spike's still there? They actually pull away.
I don't know.
And
BBQ is
spike.
Yeah, BBQ's fallen off of it. I guess the clove, smoke also just kind of boxes them out. But that is
10
going to give them a
seconds
chance.
left.
And with 10 seconds to go, they got to put this plant down. And I do believe that you're going to have... Well, Yeah, there's going to be the ultimate coming through. The
Sky
Seekers
One enemy
are
remaining.
in. The Sky ult's in. Kalka's going to find Novex. The last player alive is going to be Clove. Clove comes back to life and is kind of just going to be in the wide open there. Unfortunately, nothing doing. That's going to be the defuse. That's going to be the match. As BBQ's going to take it 13-4. They take the series 2-0.
Defenders
As
win.
well played are going to come out from both sides here as BBQ close.